Welcome back, Outoffeargang. It is Nick here. Hope everyone is having an amazing day. It has been a while since I dropped a video, but it is here. It's 2024, and we're going to get into it. Thank you, everybody that stayed in contact with me. To be honest, this summer was absolutely wild, and it was a lot for me, emotionally, physically, everything. So we're just going to jump right in. This video is called the breakup, the relapse, the relationship. We're just gonna jump right into it. So everybody kept asking me, you and your partner aren't together anymore, you guys aren't, what's going on? I didn't feel like putting this information out there and making it public, for the YouTube universe, but at least I wanted to give it some time because it's not everybody's business and they don't need to know. But I was in a 6.5-year relationship. We broke up. I still think he's a great guy. He was amazing. I will always be glad for our time together, but it just was not gonna work out, and it was on me. I broke up with him, and I didn't want to lead him on and go down the line in the future, and then it hurt even worse. So it sucked. It was not easy for me. And that was like my first ever real relationship. And so that was not the easiest thing. And I felt bad for him. I'm also a people pleaser and codependency, probably a whole mixture of things. And I was just feeling like overwhelmed. But with that, we separated. He was up north, I was down here in Florida. Everything was okay. To this day, we're still in contact with each other. I see him a couple times a week at our recovery meetings. We say hi to each other, and it's pretty good. I have made peace with it, and I'm happy. And I think Mark is getting there. And I know that takes time, and that's another thing. I didn't really want to be posting things about this because, it's not, I don't know, I just didn't feel that it was right, and people didn't need to know our business. So, okay, with that being said, that was the breakup. It was on me. I was feeling really bad about it. I moved out, got my place, I started working, and I was already working, but I started working a lot more just to keep myself, more busy and keep my mind occupied. Was doing well in recovery, and then I started dating, okay? And by dating, I was seeing this guy, and so it's currently the guy that I'm with now. His name's Mike. But I was seeing him. He was never in an age gap relationship, and also with somebody in recovery. And so we started seeing each other. Then he said some things, I said some things. I thought after a couple months or whatever that, he really cared. And then he came over to my place and basically dumped me. And it's gonna be funny because he's actually gonna watch this video. But yeah, he broke up with me. Looking back on it, I didn't know how intense or how much backlash he was getting from his side of the family about what are you doing in an age gap relationship, especially with this kid being in recovery, and there was just a lot of stuff going on there. So he broke up with me, and I just felt crushed. I went through my breakup. I felt like I was falling in love, and then I got broken up with, and I've never experienced that before. And it's funny, I went from everything's great to I thought we were going out that night or we were planning something for the weekend, to getting dumped and feeling the lowest of the lows. And I'm talking, my brain instantly went from being sober for over a year and a couple months, thinking clearly, to screw everything. I am going to get high and forget about all of this. And that has been my response to life when it gets tough and difficult for years. I always think that I can use a chemical, or I always think a drink or a substance will make it better. And I know that it's not going to make it better, but it's so ingrained, it's been so ingrained in my head that it'll make it better. So that's what happened. I got dumped, and I was like instantly that day, went, grabbed some pills, pressed pills, fentanyl, heroin, whatever you guys want to call it, and relapsed. And, I felt just wrecked. I didn't care about anything. And it's so crazy that such a short time, how like emotionally attached I became. And I did not, honest to God, care about anything. And I didn't care about the relationship at that point. I didn't care about my sobriety, my job, nothing. And so I just felt like I was just done, like almost like I wanted to kill myself. And long story short, we got back together, okay? And then I kind of was struggling with getting sober, because now that I picked up, my brain, every time there was a situation that would happen, it was back to that cycle again, like wanting to use, but knowing it's not right, and then using, and then not using, and then I'll just do it one more time, and then stop for a couple days, and then, and then slowly it picked back up to where I was doing it every single day again. And now my relapse was probably 3 weeks to a month long at the most. And Mike found out that I relapsed after he broke up with me. And, I thought it was the end. I said I was going to check into detox, and he drove me there. I checked in. I got 1 day in, and I felt so uncomfortable and started detoxing. I left, and then from there, I just blocked everybody. I put my phone on silent or do not disturb. I ignored him. I ignored my bosses. I ignored my family. I ignored everybody. And I just continued to use for about 1 day. And this was the same time that the Key West trip with Out Loud was going on. So me and Mike, I was supposed to get my shit together, go to Key West with the guys from Out Loud, meet all these guys, and just everything was going to be great. But I didn't realize how addicted I became in 3 weeks, that if I didn't use, I was super dope sick again. So basically, I decided that I was going to go to the methadone clinic, and not going to Key West and with the guys from Out Loud. I mean, it absolutely crushed me. Like, I wanted to go so bad, but I could not meet them and introduce myself to all these guys and do videos and all that while under the influence. And then what if something happened to me while I was there? Because I would have had to take stuff with me. It would have just been an absolute nightmare. It would have been disrespecting them. It would have been disrespecting myself. And I could not do it. So I chose to go into recovery, into detox, and then I couldn't make it through the detox. So it was too physically demanding on my body. So I went to the methadone clinic. Now, when I went to the methadone clinic, it really helped change my life. I saw a counselor, I saw a doctor, I saw a therapist. I started on the methadone. I went up to a certain amount of milligrams, and then they tapered me off. And now I'm at 0. I've been at 0 for over, it's like 45 days or something. And I'll have a total of 4 months clean and sober coming up on the 20th. So, that's where I'm at, guys. I'm making this video because I want you to know that life's not perfect. My life is, God, by any means, not perfect. What you see on the screen, what you may see in pictures, what you may perceive on social media, may look great. Like, wow, he's got the best life, or he's got this. Dude, I struggle. I struggle. And it may not look like it from the outside, but life's tough, you know, and God, I am not perfect by any means. I'm working on myself daily. I'm trying my best. I didn't want to say anything because I knew the backlash and the people in the comments, but you know what? I don't give a shit anymore. Like, whatever. You know, I'm going to tell my story. I want people to know that life's not always going to work. It's not always perfect. And, you know, there are hard times, but you can get through them. And that's the message for this video. Me and Mike are still together. He went through everything, stood by my side through all of it. And I met his whole family now. And they've been very accepting. And once they got to know me, they've really, well, I feel like they like me. I mean, I sure hope they do. I have a good feeling that they do. And so that's where I'm at. I'm happy, I'm healthy, and I'm still working on myself. So I love you all. I'm gonna post this video and we'll see where it goes from here. I want my channel to be fun and, you know, fun and creative for me to do. I don't want it to have to feel like work. So whether I'm vlogging, going to Mexico with Mike, which is coming up on the 18th, or, you know, going to the movies or something, I don't know. I'm just gonna vlog it. I'm not gonna be committing to making a certain amount of content or consistent content or anything. It's strictly fun for me. It's therapeutic, it's creative, and I love you guys. So, see ya.